Well, today is a good question. What are our goals for today's practice or this week? Well, we have a split practice today for two reasons. One, we want to get the veterans out and try to pick up where we left off, where we don't have to bring in all the new guys and you got balls flopping around and people going the wrong way. Our veterans know what to do. Then we bring in the rookies, the new guys, and some of the down-the-line guys back this afternoon so we can evaluate those guys in a football setting. We've seen them lift weights, we've seen them run. We want to see who can block and catch and throw and break on the ball. So it'll give us a great evaluation early. So I would like after this week to be able to evaluate our new players. We've got some junior college players that are going to have to step in, hopefully with the offensive line. And then we've got a couple of receivers that we want to see if they're going to be able to get into the mix. So we want to evaluate some guys early to try to get our 2D settled as soon as we can to get our right pieces together as we get into week 2 and then week 3 and then in the game week. You know what? I thought today's practice had as much energy or juice as any practice that we've had this year for the first practice. It was hot, but our guys came out there. They were really, we didn't even have to, we woke everybody up, but when we got to the dorm, everybody was already up heading out to the shuttles. They got up on their own. A lot of energy, a lot of juice. And it showed at practice. I thought we was really sharp for the first day. Sometimes the first practice looks like the first practice. But today, I thought we looked a little bit ahead of schedule. Well, let me first say it's a couple of the junior college transfers. Eddie Gordon is going to compete with Grant Horst at the center position. Both those guys should battle it out. Should be some great competition. Jeremy Sparks will be back in about a week. He'll be working the center position too. Donovan Williams is at guard. I think he is got the ability to give us some quality time. Hopefully C.J. Bates can give us some quality reps at the receiver position. And then you get into the freshmen, just from evaluating the summer workouts, most of the time the freshmen that can really help you are receivers, maybe defensive backs, or some guys on the defense side of the ball. Gabe Fusilier looked really good in the all-season program this summer. A couple of our defensive backs, Travis Crawford, Corey Turner, are some guys that I thought looked good at times. It's all the guys, but it's a lot easier to play at the skill position than it is at the offensive line position as a freshman. Some of those guys that sort of stood out. Right now, Grant is going with the ones right off the bat. He's been here, went through spring ball. Eddie's going with the twos, but they'll both get some reps with the ones this week. And then after our first scrimmage, which will be a lengthy scrimmage this Saturday, hopefully we can determine who we think is going to be or who has shown the ability to get our team going in the right direction as far as the leadership point, as far as making the right calls and getting all 5 guys working as a cohesive unit. So we'll hopefully after Saturday's first big scrimmage, we can move forward a little bit with our starting 5. Yeah, it's hard. You know, even though you would like Terrence to do it, he's a quarterback and he's 5 yards deep. He's 5 yards behind everybody. He can't make the calls for the centers. He's still going to identify the mics or some of the linebackers based on protection for the backs and get everybody in the right calls. But it's still got to come down to the center, getting us going in the right direction and making the calls, studying film and knowing what he's doing. Just, you know, he may not be able to tell all 5 what to do like Huval did, so everybody else is going to have to know their role and do their job. You know, I think we do have the chance to have more leadership this year than we've had in the past. That's one thing. We've had a lot of good players in the past and guys that led at certain times, but, you know, I'm still waiting for that guy to just grab the team by the horns. And we've got some guys on defense. Justin Hamilton, I think, is trying to be a leader a little bit on the defense side of the ball. Offensively, Terrence is really developing into a leader. I think Jamal Robinson, even Alonzo Harris, some of those guys are really leading. Daniel Quave is a guy that I think is trying to lead. So I think we've got more guys in that position than we have in the past, and that'll be critical. Well, like I said, leadership would be one of those things because, you know, throughout the season, you're going to be hit with adversity, whether it's in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. We've got to have guys that can step up, make a play, rally the team when we need it. That'll be critical. But our guys, too, we've got to be in great shape. We've got to be in great physical shape. We've got to be in the best shape of any team we play in the fourth quarter. We've been one of the best fourth quarter teams in the country in the last 3 years with the fourth quarter wins that we've pulled out. And I don't expect anything less from this year's team. And so, you know, those things, and if we can continue to be mentally tough on both sides of the ball, be in great shape, play good fundamental football, and continue improving all of those areas, then always you hope that your team as a whole will raise up. You can't just raise up one part and try to improve the rest of the pieces. So we want to improve in all areas: fundamentals, toughness, conditioning, execution. And if we improve in all those, we'll be an improved football team. That is, you know, Michael Quave, Daniel Quave are brothers, and like I said, Daniel's sort of been the leader right now, but you know, we lost our center, but we got two really good centers, we think, that are capable of playing. But the plus side of that, they're surrounded by 4 returning starters, 2 on each side of them. So they're not going to be called to do everything. They've got Daniel Quave, who started 39 straight college football games. That's a lot of games, and he's been in a lot of battles. So this won't be his first rodeo when he lines up in that first game, as well as the rest of those guys. We got a lot of guys that are battle-tested, that have been in a lot of big games and a lot of college games. Alonzo Harris has played in 39 college football games. Jamal Robinson, and you go on down the line. So we have guys that have played in some big games and a lot of games, and hopefully that will be an advantage for us as we move forward.